if a lot of y'all understand this or not, but come November, there's a war coming. Whoever wins, and it's down to two. We already know this. Third party, they don't even matter. It's down to two. One or the other is going to win. As a certain supporter, we know which one's going to win. Trump 2020. But there's a thing about it. The reason why I say there's a war coming is because if Trump wins, Black Lives Matter and all them other Antifa dumbasses are going to try to start war. We ready. Don't worry. We ready. Us rednecks and stuff, we ready for y'all. But if Biden wins, we coming. And we coming strong. I don't know if a lot of y'all understand this or not, but come November, there's a war coming. Whoever wins, and it's down to two. We already know this. Third party, they don't even matter. It's down to two. One or the other is going to win. As a certain supporter, we know which one's going to win. Trump 2020. But there's a thing about it. The reason why I say there's a war coming is because if Trump wins, Black Lives Matter and all them other Antifa dumbasses are going to try to start war. We ready. Don't worry. We ready. Us rednecks and stuff, we ready for y'all. But if Biden wins, we coming. And we coming strong.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahshua, Hara Chakodash. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to your elect, which we hope to be. Now, it's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who better shame of looking like heathens, who spirit bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world English calls Jehovah God. In the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world English calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua, Yeshua, Yahweh. And pretty much as you could tell, you know what I'm saying, that was the Proud Boys, you know what I'm saying, and member, and evidently he made it known that he's for Trump, you know what I'm saying, and he also stated that if Biden wins and stuff, that they're gonna come, you know what I'm saying, and of course, he's an Edomite, you know what I'm saying, so-called white person. And I also believe that it was Donald Trump who was telling the Proud Boys to stand by, you know what I'm saying, in one of his Twitters. And then there was also a video where you have a truck a bus that has Biden on it and stuff. You had Trump supporters and stuff on a highway and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, they ready to go in. And then when you see at different rallies and whatnot and stuff, you see the Edomites, they ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? If it against Biden supporters, and then vice versa. So it's getting riled up. So this I want pretty much this lesson is going to go into the fact that for you Negroes, Latinos, and Natives, even Israelites who better shame of looking like heathens, who spirit bear witness that they're a child of the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? So-called confusion of faces. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that your true nemesis, which is Esau, Edom, and of course all the other heathens and stuff, but mainly Esau, Edom, you know what I'm saying? The Caucasians. Your true enemies are prepared to slay. So I'm going to start off with Genesis chapter 25, verse 20. It says, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Panaram. It says, the sister to Laban, the Syrian. It says, and Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, meaning she couldn't get pregnant. It says, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord heard Isaac's prayer. You know, it says, verse 22, it says, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. It says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. It says, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. You know, so when you go into that word manner, you know what I'm saying? It's imagine that Shathium. Shadayim means two. You know what I'm saying? Double. You know, but pretty much the manner going a way of life. You know what I'm saying? How they live. It was going to be two manner of people. You know what I'm saying? Shall be separated from thy bowels. It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other. It says, and the elder shall serve the younger. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell when it comes down to, well, I'll just keep reading. Verse 24, it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. It says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. You know what I'm saying? You know, so he came out red, you know, and that's their real color and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're you know, from pinkish, you know, pale flesh to all the way to red flesh, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, when they get angry or highly emotional or if they sitting on the sun for too long and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They become red. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it says so the first came out, right? So it says back in verse 23, it says It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So when it comes down to Esau, the thing is that the one thing that you notice and stuff about Jacob and stuff is like when we get like 40, 50, 60 years old, 70 years old and stuff, you know, even with bad diets and stuff, we still look young. But when it come down to those Edomites and stuff, when they get like 40, they start, you can see them start aging and stuff by mid-20s. You know what I'm saying? You know, when they 40, 50, and 60 years old and stuff, they look like crap. You know what I'm saying? They look like they about to turn over and die. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's one of the signs. Verse 26. So back in Genesis 25 and 26, it says, after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. You know what I'm saying? You know, so he was 60. So it doesn't explain Jacob and stuff because Jacob came out normal. You know what I'm saying? You know, but Esau came out different. You know. Verse 27, it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. You know what I'm saying? Like Bear Grylls. You know what I'm saying? In different hunting shows and stuff, right? And it says, or like, if you ever seen Open Season, the cartoon and stuff with the deer and the bear and whatnot. And I think the bear, the voice was Martin Lawrence, but pretty much you had, it's called Open Season, you know, and you had that hunter or that poacher and whatnot and stuff, and all he cared about was killing. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this is how Esau is. They like to climb rocks. You know what I'm saying? Mountain rocks, and you know, without protection. You know, they like skydiving. They love death. You know what I'm saying? It says, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And when you go into that word plain, it's the word thumb. It's a thigh and a ma thumb, which means complete. It says usually morally, pious, specifically gentle, dear, you know what I'm saying, perfect. You know what I'm saying? You know, so he was perfect, upright. You know what I'm saying? And it says, dwelling in tents, chilling at the crib. Verse 28, it says, and Isaac, It says, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. It says, but Rebekah loved Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So Jacob was a mama's boy. You know what I'm saying? Verse 29, it says, and Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. It says, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom, because the pottage was red, meaning that the food wasn't done. You know what I'm saying? It was medium rare, still bleeding. You know what I'm saying? And even in this time and stuff, the law, statutes, commandments was still word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? It says, therefore was his name called Edom, right? Because of the red pottage. Going to the word red, it's the word Adam. It's the Adama, Adam, which means red. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ruddy. You know what I'm saying? He was red. And it says, because ruddy is when you have a red hue. You know what I'm saying? But Esau doesn't have a red hue. He's just completely red. You know what I'm saying? He has no melanin in his skin. And it says, so when you go to Edom, it's the same. It's the word Adam or the Adam. You know what I'm saying? It says Edom, the elder twin brother of Jacob. It says, hence the region Idumea, which is the Greek way to say Edom. It says, so pretty much you see that Edom and red have the same definition in the Hebrew. It's Adam, you know what I'm saying? Or Adam, and it means red, It says, verse 31, it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright, because they knew that the firstborn would get the blessing first. That's written in the law. It says, and Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? Impatient. Verse 33, and then see it far off. It says, and Jacob said, swear to me this day, and he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. It says, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So, just to put it out there and stuff, Esau didn't, Jacob never stole, his birthright and stuff. Since he sold it and stuff and thought little of it and stuff, you know what I'm saying, it was fair exchange. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go to Esau is a hunter. You know what I'm saying? He out there in the field and whatnot. He eats raw and bloody meat and stuff like a beast would, right? So this is Genesis 27, verse 34. It says, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry. It says, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father, because this was pretty much Isaac was coming to the end of the tunnel and stuff. You know what I'm saying? When he was going to be with the Lord, and what would happen is that your parents would pretty much, anything that they have and whatnot and stuff, they'll bless their children. You know what I'm saying? Now the firstborn son will receive something. You know what I'm saying? And the firstborn son will be the first one to receive the first blessing. You know what I'm saying? And this is where you get, like when you have people that die in your family and stuff, they leave a will, and this is where they get this from. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing from what your parents had stored up for you and stuff. So when they pass on and stuff, you inherit everything that they have. You know what I'm saying, right? So Esau heard it, you know what I'm saying, and he was scared and stuff. So he was looking for Isaac, his father, before he died, to bless him as well, right? So I'm gonna read 34 again. It says, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry. It says, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And it says, and he said, thy brother came with subtlety. It says, and have taken away thy blessing. It says, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright. It says, and behold, now he have taken away my blessing. It says, and he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And the thing is that it was equally exchanged. You know what I'm saying? You know, his birthright wasn't nothing to him when it come down to Esau. You know, and he gave it up willingly. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he was desperate. You know, and the birthright was the blessing. You know what I'm saying? You know, so verse 37, it says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. You know what I'm saying? So you blessed being an Israelite. It says, and with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? It says, and Esau said unto him, unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Verse 39, it says, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's what they got, even to this day. You know, they got the entire earth. You know what I'm saying? Joel 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? And they even got parts of outer space, you know, with the satellites, you know what I'm saying? You know, they take their shuttles and whatnot and stuff and go out, you know, but they don't go past the Van Allen belt, you know what I'm saying? You know, they pretty much they blessed and almost was like a prison. You know what I'm saying? Because even though there's other planets out there that's inhabited and stuff, the only time Esau is going to actually go to those other planets is when the Lord is gonna when the nation of Israel is established when the kingdom of Israel is established, you know what I'm saying, forever on the earth, and it's gonna be Edomites and stuff slaving and serving on other planets. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it says you know, until the 1,000 years is up. You know, and it says verse 40, it says, and by the sword shalt thou live. You know what I'm saying? And what's the sword? It's the word harab. It's a chadara nabah harab. It says also a cutting instrument. It says from its destructive effect as a knife, sword, or other sharp impalement or implement. It says axe, dagger, knife, matak, sword, tool. You know what I'm saying? You know, and what's the modern day sword? Guns. You know what I'm saying? You know, all these different things you see out Call of Duty, Advanced Call of Duty and stuff, the robotics and stuff, the AIs and stuff, you know, the different death machines. They even got robotic dogs, you know what I'm saying, with thermal vision and whatnot and stuff to be able to seek you out. You know what I'm saying? Solar panel, and I think they showed you that in the movie the Netflix series Black Mirror. You know, this is all part of this weaponry. It says, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that was the time of the Renaissance. You know what I'm saying? Which means born again, when they came out of the Caucasus Mountains. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's why they call another reason why they call Caucasians is because Caucasians mean it goes to a Caucasus Mountain dweller, a cave dweller. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they lived in the mountain and not on it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and when you, I forget what it's called, Mount Petra, the Wadi Abashim Yashai, Mount Petra, and when you see it and stuff, you know, the doorway to Mount Petra and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you see the Roman pillars. And then when it came down to time of Rome and stuff, look how they created the look how they buildings were and stuff with the pillars and the different wicked symbols and stuff that's placed upon, you know, the edges and the high parts of you know, the Greek mythology and stuff that's placed upon their buildings and stuff. And even when you like ride the train and whatnot, when you go downtown and stuff, on some of the buildings and stuff, they still got those Greek mythology symbols, you know what I'm saying, on the ledges and stuff, you know. And then also, even when you like go to Macy's and stuff, those tall pillars and stuff, they look like Roman pillars. You know what I'm saying? You know, just another sign to let you know that we in Esau's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And not in our own. So it says verse 40 again. It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. You know what I'm saying? You know, and how did they conquer? You know what I'm saying? With violence. You know what I'm saying? With guns. You know what I'm saying? You know. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28. And remember, after he had received a blessing and whatnot, after he received his blessing, what did he seek to do? You know what I'm saying? He sought to kill his brother Jacob, just like how Cain wanted to kill Abel. You know what I'm saying? You know, for his mess up, his flaw, his faults, right? This is Deuteronomy 28 and 49. It says, the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. It says, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. It says, a nation of fierce countenance. It says, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew shew favor to the young. And you already know during the time of like the movie 12 Years a Slave, the movie 12 Years a Slave, um, uh, uh, um, Bare My Heart and Wounded Knee, you know what I'm saying, about Gad and Reuben. And then you also had 12 Years a Slave, and then Goodbye Uncle Tom, you know what I'm saying? And what happened, even if it was like a baby, by the time the baby was able to understand instructions and stuff, you know what I'm saying, what did they do? They sent it out in the field, you know what I'm saying? You know, if it was a older person and stuff, and they on the brink of death, or they sickly and whatnot, and cold and whatnot, and didn't really have the right attire to work out in the cold and whatnot, what did they do? They still sent them out there and stuff. They didn't show no mercy. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is a merciless nation. You know what I'm saying? You know, and what's gonna happen? They're gonna come strong, like he said. You know, so this is Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 70. It says, 69. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. It said, because you know the scripture also says that my people are sheep appointed unto the slaughter, man. You know what I'm saying? They had no idea and stuff that while you all looking for peace and whatnot and stuff on the side, which you'll never do because this is our time of our punishment, what's going to happen is that as soon as you look for peace, you know what I'm saying, or when they say peace, peace, and safety, that set of destruction is going to come, you know, and which means that it's going to be mass death that's going to be out here, you know, great death. Verse 70, it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection, which means a rebellion upon those that fear the Lord. Verse 71, it says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. You know, and when it comes down to Project Megiddo, the Rex 84, and the King Alfred plan, you know, even if you just a Christian, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, Esau want to be God. So when he used the smart technology, you know what I'm saying, all these different technology and whatnot and stuff, where he's able to look in, you know what I'm saying, unintended, you know what I'm saying, you know, and look over your history and see what you like and whatnot and stuff, you know. He knows if you just, even if you got a flat screen and stuff, you know what I'm saying, he's still able to see through, and or video game, it don't matter. And for all you Israelites and stuff, you know, that call yourself Christians and you believe in Christianity, or you're Israelite and you believe in Islam. If you're an Israelite and you believe in Buddhism, Buddhism, or you're a Buddhist, or you're an Israelite that believe in Judaism, you know what I'm saying, or you're an Israelite that believe in shamanism, Israelite that believe in atheism and stuff, or whatever religion that you live in, you know what I'm saying. What's going to happen is if you don't agree to this new world order and stuff, then guess what? They coming for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you believe in anything else outside of what they're talking about, guess what? They're coming for you. And it's not just going to be the Proud Boys and these patriot Edomites and whatnot and stuff is going to be those troops, man. You know, because the scriptures do say that Jerusalem shall be compassed with an army, and I believe that says in Luke in the 21st chapter. You know what I'm saying? But according to Ecclesiastes 1:9, it says the thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So even certain times and certain events and stuff can also be repeated, man. And that's what's going to happen when it comes down to America. That's what's happening all across the world and stuff. You know, you got the UN troops and whatnot and stuff, and you got different places and stuff where they're not placed on the map, or different abandoned buildings and stuff where they had gated up the entire area and stuff, and you see that they got the military vehicles ready that say UN, which means United Nations on it and stuff, man. You know, you know. So it's gonna be great anarchy out here and stuff. You know, Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, and it's none like it. It's even the time of Jacob's trouble." But guess what? Even though the fact that it is Jacob's trouble, you heathens are gonna be in the midst of that as well. You know, because what it's saying, what it's saying, Mark the 3rd chapter and stuff. It says Satan divided against Satan. How can he stand? Well, you got other Edomites coming against Edomites, and I believe that's also in Isaiah the 31st chapter. The Egyptians versus the Egyptians, which talking about the Edomites, man. You know, So it's gonna be great anarchy out here and stuff. Great war is coming. You know what I'm saying? And like the Proud Boy which makes total sense. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they far away from their maker. What he say? He said if Trump win and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They know that, you know, people gonna be roused up and they're gonna be angry and stuff, and they're gonna be swift to lean upon their own arms. You know what I'm saying? You know, according to Jeremiah 17:5. You know. And if Biden win and stuff, they saying that they coming, and you see how these Edomites are rousing up. You know what I'm saying? You know, things ain't even cracking yet and stuff, but they ready, man. You know? And before, a while back, what were they doing? They was I think it was when Trump was first coming into office, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was running for president, you know, for his first term. What was they doing? They was going into into Israelite neighborhoods and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Painting swastikas and stuff on the churches and whatnot, you know. Um, you know, I think that was Charlotte. I think it was the place called Charlotte or Charlatan or something like that and stuff. And you had all those Edomites at night, you know what I'm saying? They was carrying torches and whatnot, ready to wreak havoc, you know. You still got the KKK that's still here and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That still have that perpetual hatred according to Ezekiel 35:5. You know what I'm saying? They ready to do damage, man. You know? And what it's saying in Revelations, I'll grab that right quick. This is Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And in their spirit, they see that, man. You know, the scripture do says that even devils do believe, but yet tremble, man. You know, and they scared, man. They gonna thirst fight. You know, and Esau is gonna do all that he can and stuff to keep things going. You know. And then they also getting scared. You know what I'm saying? You had the Jewish, you know what I'm saying, the fake Jews. Ish, the suffix ish means to be pertaining to, but not of. So they're pretenders. They're fakes. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere in the scriptures does Lord say, you know, to have curly fried sideburns and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and a big black top hat. It doesn't say that. To wear that, you know what I'm saying? And that's all that they wear, you know. And uh, they're getting scared and stuff because you have Jakes that's or even other Edomites who probably believe that they're Jake, you know what I'm saying, you know, or they spirit bear witness that they're Jake, you know what I'm saying, you never know, you know what I'm saying, you know, it could be some Jakes in there that's calling themselves Jewish, You know what I'm saying? You know, because of the confusion of face thing. You know, uh, 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 um, you have you have Jake's going into these different areas and whatnot and stuff, and they putting SOS on there, which means synagogue of Satan, going back to Revelations 2:9 and 3:9. You know, so going back to so great wrath is finna come upon you, you Jakes and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is your true nemesis. Even though we understand that you Jakes hate the fact that men of the Lord of your own nation and stuff is coming against His kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But hey, guess what? Your real nemesis and stuff, they seeking to do damage onto you. So this is Deuteronomy 28:52. It says, "And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates." It says, "Until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land." It says, "And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all the land, which Yahweh thy power have given thee." So wherever you are and stuff, guess what? These Edomites, you know what I'm saying, that's in these troops, you know what I'm saying, that's in the army, the Navy SEALs, that's in the Marines, you know, special forces, you know what I'm saying, you know, Air Force and whatnot and stuff. Hey, guess what? They ready to go all in on you, Jakes, man. You know, and this is something that they always been looking for, man. You know, you got a lot of Edomites out there. You could tell that they never wanted the equality. You know what I'm saying? You know, and even Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? What he say? He said that what's his name? His real name is Michael. You know what I'm saying? You know, because remember he was a junior, and only for you to be a junior, you know what I'm saying, your father had to be you would get the same name as your father. You know what I'm saying? You know, but um he said in the interview, which is posted on my page, Hawaii is 7441. He had said that he had said that that he made a mistake for reading that letter that he had and stuff. Oh, well, not letter and stuff, but that speech that he had read. You know what I'm saying? Because he was saying that he pretty much he said that he what's the word I'm looking for? He in other words, it repented of him. He was sorry. You know what I'm saying? He was sad the fact that he had even said that and stuff, because he clearly saw that it was never going to be any equality and stuff between Edomites and Jakes. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's what's going to happen. So I'll read Deuteronomy 28:52. It says, "And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates." It says, "Until thy high fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which which Yahweh thy power have given thee." You know what I'm saying? And they finna come in like a flood, man. You know, what it's saying. No, it's a show called or a movie called Bushwick. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, he got Batista in there and whatnot. And pretty much you had the military. They was coming through and stuff, and they was real fitted with all types of armory, like they was going to war. You know what I'm saying? And Batista ended up busting up one of the soldiers and stuff, and caused him to pretty much tell the plan. And he said that pretty much they was trying to retrieve everybody guns. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't expect for a resistance, but they did expect a resistance. That's why they was fully equipped. You know what I'm saying? You know, they had gas masks on. They had past riot shield gear. You know what I'm saying? You know, they had passed that and stuff. You know, and they was ready to do damage, man. They was a lethal team or a lethal force and stuff to kill. You know, and this is what's going to happen. So this is because it happened in the time of the siege of Jerusalem, and it's going to happen again. So this is Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 22, and it says, It says, let a cry be heard from their houses. It says, when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them. It says, for they have digged a pit to take me. It says, and hid snares for my feet. Because remember, Jeremiah, he came out to appease the wrath, you know what I'm saying, of the Lord from the nation of Israel. But since they didn't want to listen and stuff, and they was trying to kill him and trying to put him to death or try to have him messed up, you know what I'm saying, he ended up cursing them. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be one of the curses and stuff, because he was telling them to just go with I believe with Nebuchadnezzar. You know what I'm saying? And they want to hear that. You know, you had Jake rebelling and stuff like, man, we ain't going down. We ain't going to no slavery. We ain't going into no captivity and stuff. We gonna stand and fight. And the Lord was telling Jeremiah to tell them, it's like, no, just go ahead and just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't want to and stuff, you know. And guess what? Nebuchadnezzar came with his troops and stuff, and they was hauled off, right? So it's gonna happen again, you know. And a lot of this is gonna happen and stuff also because the disobedience of the nation of Israel. So this is Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 1. It says, then said Yahweh unto me, it says, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. It says, cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. You know, because the Lord is fed up, just like he was fed up in Genesis the 6th chapter, verse 5. It's Genesis 6 and 5. It says, and the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. It says, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And just because it says his, it also means you women, because you also have Israelite women, you know what I'm saying, right? Who are wicked. It says, or don't want to change. It says, verse 6, it says, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. It says, and it grieved him at his heart. It says, and the Lord said, I will destroy man, meaning mankind, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast and creeping things. It says, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. Verse 8. It says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. And the only ones who's going to find grace in the eyes of the Lord during this horrible time and stuff is the elect. The 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men, each of the 12 tribes of Israel, the governing body, and the rest of the 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children who are Israelites who believe no matter how they look. Them the only ones that's going to have favor in this time of trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, where Michael's going to stand up for the ones that's going to be written in the book of life, according to Daniel 12 and 1. You know what I'm saying? You know, but then for the rest of Israel, hey, guess what? You're going to get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're not going to get saved out of it and stuff, you know. You're going to be in great agony and anguish. You know what I'm saying? So going back to Jeremiah 15, verse 2, it says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? It says, then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, such as are for sword to sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine. It says, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, you got these Borgs, you know, you got the concentration camps, you got the FEMA camps and whatnot, quarantine camps. You know, they when it comes down to the famine and whatnot and stuff, besides just the Heavenly Father bringing out these storms to destroy the crops, you know what I'm saying? Esau is gonna limit the amounts that come in. You know what I'm saying? You know, like he did, like it was done in the ancient world. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're gonna cut off the food supply and stuff. It says, death to death, some of you all are just gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You all gonna and look how it's been going and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Every time you hear on the news and stuff, police officer, right, if you got a camera or not and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, are they trying to make it seem like they didn't do anything and stuff, or trying to do something off camera? You know what I'm saying? What are they doing? Their intention is to kill you Jakes. And when I say Jakes, I'm talking about you Negroes, Latinos, and Natives, man. All 12 tribes. They just want to kill you all. You know what I'm saying? You know. I forget what movie it was, but it was a movie where you know, they kidnap people and whatnot, and then they had put them somewhere in the forest and stuff, and the people had to run away and survive and stuff because they was being hunted. And that's what in the mind frames a lot of these Edomites that's in these that's police officers you know what I'm saying, that's in the military and whatnot and stuff, this their end goal. This is really what they want to do. They want to kill you jakes. They want to kill you niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know, and why you niggas gonna sit up here and try to like oh, let's hold hands and, you know what I'm saying, let's give hugs and whatnot and stuff. And really, this man is ready to put you to death. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, even if you run away unarmed and whatnot, he ready to shoot you dead. He ready to see blood, man. You know. So this is Jeremiah 15:3. It says, "And I will appoint over them four kinds, save the Lord, the sword to slay." It says, "And the dogs to tear." It says, "And fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy." And this is going to be judgment on a lot of you jakes because you won't repent. Verse 4. It says, "And I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth because of Manasseh the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, for that which he did in Jerusalem." It says, "For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem, or who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou dost?" It says, "Thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord. Thou art gone backward," going the wrong way, going amiss, saying, following the ways of this world. It says, "Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary of repenting." You know what I'm saying? And I want to grab this. This is let me see. It's like this is Psalms. Oh, he. Um, Wow. Okay, this is Psalm 17:13. It says, "Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." You know what I'm saying? So pretty much I brought that scripture out and stuff just to go into the fact that Esau is going to be considered the sword. You know what I'm saying? It's an instrument. It's a whipping stick of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But you're more than likely not going to just get grazed. You know what I'm saying? You get shot and go to the hospital and they take the bullets out. You get stitches and surgery and whatnot and stuff. You're going to get blown to smithereens. You know what I'm saying? You know. This is Second Ezra chapter 15, uh, verse verse 1. In the Apocrypha, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy," because it's prophetic. You know what I'm saying? The great destruction that Esau is going to come down, you know what I'm saying, with his troops. It says, "Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." It says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." So we ain't gonna don't worry about what these people say. You know what I'm saying? Right, if it's Jake or the heathens and stuff, you know. It says, verse 4, it says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in the unfaithfulness." So they're going to get shot down. Verse 5, it says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Which is also the four sword judgments in Ezekiel, the 14th chapter, verse 20. It says, verse 22, it says, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves." It says, "Behold," meaning the things that you do that's contrary to the scriptures. It says, "Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually." You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 9, it says, "And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them." It says, verse 10, it says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." So pretty much the Lord is fed up with the nation of Israel and their wickedness. So when the troops come through and stuff, more than likely it's going to be judgment. Now you do have certain men of Lord and stuff, or certain women of Lord who will be martyrs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, but they're dying for a good cause. They're dying. They're being put to death because they fighting for Yahweh Shem Yahshai. But when it comes down to the rest of you 2/3 of Israel, you all are just getting judged. You know what I'm saying? You know, for your wickedness. Like it says in Second Esdras, the 9th chapter and stuff, you should receive it after death by pain. You know? So you got great judgment because you have loathed the law of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You have loathed your own heritage. You know what I'm saying? You have fought against it. You know? So the Lord is going to use his sword to take you down. And that's what you see on the news. You know? It says, verse Jeremiah 15:7, it says, and I will fan them with a fan in the gates of the land. I will bereave them of their children. I will destroy my people since they return not from their ways. And you see that, you know, it's always some missing children and whatnot. You find out they was being trafficked in some sex trafficking and whatnot, you know, or you know, you got the different black market organ donors and whatnot and stuff. You know, when they getting these organs and stuff from out of nowhere. You know, you know, people, you know, or they getting shot down. You know what I'm saying? You know, I remember one video and stuff. It was a while back. How you had the boy, he had a blue hoodie on, forget his name, you know what I'm saying? He had a knife in his hand, but then when the police like kind of like you know, blocked up the road and stuff, he walked away from the police and stuff, and he didn't come near them. And what did pretty much the Edomite said that he felt threatened even though he was walking away, and all he had was bloodlust, and he just wanted to kill him because he was Jake. And that's that spiritual collision between the spirits of Jacob and Esau and stuff, man. They don't like us and we don't like them. You know what I'm saying? You know? But with them having power and whatnot and stuff, they abuse their power. You know what I'm saying? Like the blue code, when it comes down to the police officers, what do? They commit crimes and whatnot and just overpass them. You know what I'm saying? You know? So a lot of them are not here to serve and protect. And if you come across the blue code, they show different movies about it and stuff. If it's a cop that's in there, you know what I'm saying, who's really trying to be about his job because he want to serve and protect. Once he see the filth and whatnot, when it come down to the blue code, and if he threatens to come against it and stuff, what are they gonna do? They're gonna try to kill him. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because they want to do wrong. Habakkuk 2:4. The soul. Um, It's Habakkuk 2:4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So pretty much, you know, Esau, Edom and stuff, he's already corrupted. You know, the scripture says in Ecclesiastes that you can't you can't make a crooked thing straight. And Esau is crooked. You know what I'm saying? He wrong. You know, Genesis 4:7, it says, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? It says, if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. You know what I'm saying? You know, and all Esau do according to this rulership and everything that's allowed, you know what I'm saying, is contrary to the scriptures. And the scriptures are created so it can be peace, even also among the heathens. You know what I'm saying? You know, for a true peace to be acquired. But he sets up laws, you know what I'm saying, draconian laws, you know what I'm saying, that disrupts peace altogether and stuff. So this is not a peaceful man. Romans 8:6, to be carnally minded is death, and he's all about carnality, you know. That's why you know, you got the certain Asian provocateurs that they send out to come to the camps, you know what I'm saying, and what they always trying to do, they trying to provoke you to get carnal. You know what I'm saying? You know, and when you don't get carnal and stuff and you use reason and stuff, what do? They get mad, you know what I'm saying, because they looking for a brawl. They looking for a fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why a lot of these Edomites and stuff, what do? They do little stuff, you know what I'm saying, that they know that ticks you off because they ready to brawl. You know, really they want to fight. You know what I'm saying? You know? So this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting at verse 1. It says, Salakia. This is Jeremiah back in 15, verse 8. It says, I read verse 7 again. It says, and I will fan them with a fan in the gates of the land. I will bereave them of children. I will destroy my people since they return not from their ways. It says, their widows are increased to me above the sand of the seas. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of our women are single. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says, I have brought upon them against the mother of the young men a spoiler at noonday. You know what I'm saying? High time. It says, I have caused him to fall upon it suddenly, and terrors upon the city. It says, she that have borne seven languishes, you know what I'm saying, 7 mean completion. When you go into the word languish, it's the word amal, it's the adaman Allah. It says to mourn, language. And language pretty much goes into you know, being a destructive state. It says she have given up the spirit. It says her son is gone down while it was yet day. It says she have been ashamed and confounded, and the residue of them will I deliver to the sword before their enemies, save the Lord. And that's what's happening. That's what's gonna happen, man. You know, the Lord is gonna deliver 2/3 of Israel and stuff in the hands of the enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, without protection. You know, Proverbs. It's Proverbs chapter 29, verse 1. It says, he that being often reproved harden his neck. So we all, you know, the men of the Lord, you know, we giving you these prophecies, you know what I'm saying? So they're coming to pass. They popping off like popcorn and stuff. We're telling you to get right and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So the Lord can be in your favor instead of against you, you know what I'm saying? But instead, you know, you harden your neck when you don't want to hear what we got to say. Ecclesiastes 8:11, since the evil work is executed speedily, therefore it's fully set in the hearts of men to do evil. You know what I'm saying? Since you don't get jacked up right then and there, you keep doing it and stuff. You know, you want this place to continue. You still want to be a slave. You don't want to be a ruler, you know, and you come up against the men of the Lord and stuff that's looking to be a ruler. You know what I'm saying? Who's actually looking to be at peace. You know what I'm saying? You know? So your neck is being hardened and stuff, meaning you're being stubborn, you're being hard-headed and stuff where you can't change. It says shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy and stuff, meaning that when the Lord put that fire upon you and stuff, it's over with, man. You know, you know, you know. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And what it says in Amos 5:18 and stuff, you know, that man, it's like it. I don't want to butcher it. It's Amos 5:18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. It says, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to come. You know, it's going to be a day of slaughter. You know what I'm saying? You know, a day of saving and slaughtering. You know what I'm saying? And it says back in First Thessalonians 5:3, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child. It says, and they shall not escape. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to be that without remedy and stuff. You're not going to be able to skate and stuff because you've been forewarned to get right, but you didn't and stuff. So therefore, according to Psalm 70:11, the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. You know what I'm saying? You know, we know that the nation of Israel are not the wicked, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, since we are the salt of the earth, you overpass the deeds of the wicked and stuff, according to Jeremiah 5:28. And with that being the case, the Lord is fed up, you know what I'm saying? You know, so you won't be able to escape, you know. And even if you escape, going back to this Amos, you got something else that's ready to get you, right? So this back in Amos 5:18, it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? You know what I'm saying? You people that desire the second coming of the Lord and stuff, but at the same time you're not doing anything to show effort of repentance. And it says the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Remember, because he create evil and he create good. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the end time, you know, it's going to be darkness before the light actually comes. It says, verse 19, it says, as if a man did flee from a lion. It says, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaneth his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. You know, It says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? You know what I'm saying? So what's gonna happen is that you probably might get away from this. You know what I'm saying? But then you got dogs and whatnot and stuff. You bunch of chihuahuas, a fleet of chihuahuas. You know what I'm saying? They hungry and stuff. And they chasing you down with their little paws. You know what I'm saying? Ready to chew you up like piranhas, and you get away from them. But then these black bears and then when people really get hungry and whatnot, they're gonna go and break into the zoos and whatnot and stuff, and you're gonna have animals that have been lusting for freedom all this time and stuff, and they're gonna search the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna also be spirits of vengeance. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna get away from that and stuff, and it's always gonna be something that's gonna come back around and stuff that you're not gonna get saved on. You know what I'm saying? And this is the fate of the 2/3. You know what I'm saying? So this is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? And Esau is considered a plague as well. You know what I'm saying? Because look what he did to the earth. He diseased it. You know what I'm saying? You even got Edomites, you know what I'm saying, out there that think that if they had sexual relations with certain trees that spew out sap, you know what I'm saying, or if they or if women put their juices and stuff on cucumbers that they freshly grown, you know what I'm saying, or shooting up, you know what I'm saying, in the dirt, you know what I'm saying, ejaculating in the dirt and whatnot and stuff. They think that that they can heal the earth. You know what I'm saying? They think they can heal the earth, and the Lord, it's like they think they can heal the earth and whatnot and stuff. They're a plague. They get trash and stuff the size of Texas out in the water. You know what I'm saying? The animals and stuff are beaching themselves because the water is polluted. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to evaporation with all these chemtrails and whatnot, the water evaporates with the chemicals in it and stuff, and then it rains all over in the different seas and whatnot, poison the water, and then they got all these different toxins and that they dumping into the seas and dumping into the lakes, or different ghosts and whatnot that lead up to the seas and whatnot, and you got the animals killing themselves. You got the birds, they got their 5G towers and stuff, and the radiation is too strong for the birds, and the birds trying to attack the towers and stuff, and yet they dying, man. You know, uh, 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 you got great confusion and stuff. You got animals and stuff, that know better and whatnot. But now, you know what I'm saying, they so soft, you know what I'm saying, so effeminate and stuff, you know what I'm saying. You got homosexuality amongst animals, man. You know, you know. So he the plague, you know what I'm saying? He the plague. So Zechariah 14 and 12. And even though this plague is talking about something different and stuff, guess what? He's the one who built the machines in order for this plague to happen. So this is Zechariah 14 and 12, because his blessing was a sword. It says, and this shall be the plague whereof the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? 2/3 of Israel, and also heathens. You know what I'm saying? But some of you all are gonna get saved, so you can so like you're not saved, but preserved and reserved and stuff, so you could build up our kingdom. It says their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. It says, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And the different things that Esau has created and stuff is going to return onto his own head. And what element that does that and stuff is going to be thermonuclear fire or hypersonic fire. You know what I'm saying? So it says, which is going to bring the lake of fire and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It says, Psalms 10 and 2, it says, the wicked in his pride do it persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. You know what I'm saying? So this war and all these different things that these Edomites are expecting to happen and stuff. Well, guess what? You're going to have Edomites that's going to be coming against their own, man. They're coming against their own as well. So I'm going to close off with this. 2nd Ezra 15, verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. You know what I'm saying? You about this world. You know what I'm saying? You about this current kingdom. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another in swords in their hands. You know what I'm saying? Chaos mode, cheat code off San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto. You know? It says, verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, you know, and invading one another. You know, it says they shall not regard, and that's what you see between Biden voters, you know what I'm saying, and Trump voters. You know what I'm saying? It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes. People don't care about the police. The relationship between the police and the citizens is over with. It's done. It's never going to be rehabilitated, man. And it says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Guess what? You got women buying guns. You know what I'm saying? You got men buying guns. For a while, it was the fake Jews and stuff. They was buying guns. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have no faith. You know, they don't have no faith. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a straight war. You know, like how the recent 4th of July was. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that, but just only guns. You know, and then remember a while back, if you remember, it's been a long time and stuff, maybe 5 years. You know, on World Star Hip Hop and stuff, you had a nigga who was boasting. You had Jake. He was boasting about he was showing off the bazooka that he had, you know, and when it come down to gun control and whatnot and stuff, there's a lot of Edomites that's not going to get their guns taken and stuff. They like, you gonna take this gun out of my cold dead hands, and they dead serious, you know. But remember, these are the same Edomites and stuff. As soon as Biden win and stuff, they ready to come down on Jake, you know. It says verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because they're going to cut everything off. And people going to be limited and stuff, you know. And people are going to want to get out. People are going to want to get out this gym and that gym and stuff. You know, it's going to pretty much be like the Hunger Games and stuff, you know, with no exit. You just in a gigantic bowl, you know what I'm saying, to destroy. You know, and what happened when it came down to the purge and stuff? Everywhere you go and stuff, you had those upper Edomites and stuff that started the countdown. What they was doing, they was just watching like it was a show, and that's what they're gonna be doing when they straddled up in those bunkers. You know what I'm saying? All the elites. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Oppenheimers, the rich Jewish banking families, those who have enough money and stuff to get those 1 million, and those billion dollar, you know what I'm saying, bunkers, or even $1 trillion bunkers. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they're going to just be in there living it up and watching the calamity and stuff happen. You know, it says, verse 18, it said, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. It says, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. You know, and I forget what it is and stuff, but it's a certain I want to say allowance. You know what I'm saying? Not an allowance is something you get when it come down to money and stuff, but it's just like something that's unrestricted and stuff when it come down to army, that they'll be able to come in and take your food. You know what I'm saying? And guess what happened? If you short or you don't have enough and whatnot and stuff, and you come against those troops and stuff, what are they gonna do? They're gonna want to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Over the food. You know. And there's plenty of movies out there and stuff, little short films, when they show how the military is going to be like, well, we'll protect you and stuff. And really all they doing is eating everything up that you have and whatnot and stuff. And then they're just going to move on to the next house and do the same thing and not protect you at all. So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahshua, HaRachakadash, double honors to the apostles, great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which we hope to be. Shalom, wa ba ba ba.